Alright, well, this is my jig for the orbital sander. As you can see, just got a 3/4 inch sheet of plywood. All this was just scrap. It's screwed in on both sides. It screws these, which are actually 2x4s, just screws them down to the base, so this doesn't move and this doesn't move. And I've actually got this piece right here, this 2x4 half, also screwed in, and these are like 2.5, 3-inch screws, so they're not going anywhere. And then on this side, I just have them nutted and washed in, and these are just real long threaded rods. You can buy a 36-inch thing at Home Depot for nothing. The most expensive thing on this was the wing nuts right here, and so this side actually moves in and out. So you just take the wing nuts off. You can see this actually just slides right out. And you can see what I've done here is I've just cut a hole, basically a half on each side, made it a little bit smaller than an actual half radius of this thing. So when they go together, you can see it doesn't quite go to the halfway mark. You don't want it to go all the way to touch on both sides. You want a little space there. And once I got it at that correctly to where they lined up, and I just put a hole all the way through, use a long drill bit, put a hole all the way through there so I can slide these threaded rods in and out, and they go back in place. And just put the washers and the wing nuts back on, and I can take it in and out if I want to, although it almost never leaves this jig, so I don't really have a whole lot of use for it unless I'm working in the house or something. So basically what I do, start out on my grinder here, and either hit the flatten or the wheel, and then I'll hit it with a 36, get it drilled out, then a 120, and I'll run over here, I'll hit it with a 400, and then after the 400, that's when I come to my jig here, and just take a 600 grit and pop it on there, and hit it with a 600, take that off, hit it with an 800, take that off, hit it with 1,000, take that off, hit it with 1,500. By that point in time, you're pretty much to a mirror polish. And then I use this Brownell's 555 polish array. Brownell's mostly does gun stuff, but they have great finishes and everything for knives. It's the white. Just hit that on my buffer, and then buff it up. You get nice, perfect mirror polishes. So, and that's pretty much it. That's my setup. But yeah, it makes a huge difference if you actually have to sit there and hold this and try to run it over the knife, or lock in the knife and run it over there. It's a lot harder. You got a ton more control. You can just turn this thing on. You can just run it on there. You got a lot more control. You can hit any edge you want to, stay away from certain edges, and get exactly the polish you want. That's about it.